Hey, we're back with the Q&A videos and more interesting takes for this one because it's been a little while. But if you have any questions you want answered, hit me up down below and we'll see if we can get it into the next video. Now, starting out this time, we have Sergejev saying, I'm not convinced on the do not buy part here. In fact, I'm about to press purchase thanks to this very video. So cheers. I'm a beginner, so why the hell not? And thanks, Sergejev, I think. Weird how people think this is some sort of gotcha, like I lay awake at night stressing over your choices. The only thing I would like to point out is, as a beginner, as you point out that you clearly are, just be careful to avoid listening to the marketing. Again, from my video last week, companies are not your friend and they're literally just trying to get your money. Otherwise, good luck making content. Next up, we have the angry musings of user QU3CF1CZ7. God, that name's catchy. They say,
$500 for this crap? What is it? Why all the buttons in the screens? Since when does a mixer need a screen and flashy buttons? 3 EQ dials per channel and a fader pre-channel and a master fader is all you need. I don't even understand what this crap is good for.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself. What? I don't even know how to respond to this, but I have a feeling you may look like this. Am I right? I'm guessing you missed the good old days when TVs had 3 channels and were black and white, but most of the gear these days, even the top gear, has some sort of screen. But worry not, there are still plenty of boards being released with just a couple of nods and a fader or two so it doesn't get you all confused. Do you think he knows how to get out of the comments, though? He's gonna get lost. Next up, we have Kevin Ellis 8947, and he says, you're not even comparing the mics to each other. You're speaking into 2 mics at a time and then asking which one do we like. How do you hear each mic separately if you're speaking into 2 at a time? You have to speak into 1 at a time and give us a second to make the comparison. Your mic comparisons are terrible. Am I being punked? Okay, Kevin. Yeah, it's Kevin. You see, when I'm talking into the 2 mics, I'm isolating them back and forth, and you will see that I identify the mic you're hearing in the video. I don't know what to say beyond that. Thanks for watching? Okay, the confusion melts into downright anger with our next comment coming from The Nitpicker, who lives up to his name with his comment. The no 4K excuse was inexcusable and a joke, not a good one. So much about being objective. By the way, have you ever heard of YouTube? Well, it supports 4K up to 60 FPS, no problem. So yeah, bad review for making excuses in the name of the brand. Dude, you've got over 100,000 subs and you do reviews as well. And this is your take? Show me on a doll where my review hurt you, okay? For starters, a company offering a product at a cheaper cost, which was aimed at people streaming at 1080, isn't making an excuse for a company. 1080 is still a viable and well-adopted resolution to stream at. Again, I will reiterate my original point made in that video. 4K isn't necessary and even viable for a lot of people to stream with or even watch at. And if you want 4K, you can just go buy the Streamer X that does that. I literally say that in the video. If 4K 60 is a deal breaker for you, the Streamer X has it. This comment just sounds like you're grandstanding and picking a fight, and it's disappointing that this is coming from another reviewer. Shame on you. You make all the other reviewers look petty and kinda dumb. Be better. Next up, shake some of that off. Let's continue the confusing train of knowledge coming from Danita Owens 462. And they say, I think you should have let them know that the thing was defective and done a review on a working unit. You could have mentioned that the first one I got from them was defective and still would have been enough, but yours is obviously not right for the screen glitch. Second, why aren't you using the cable that comes with it? The road cable could have done something to the unit and we wouldn't know. Your review is a little untrustworthy. Wait a second. Is that you, Zoom? Anyways, there's a lot of stuff here to unpack. Oh, poor sweet Danita. Let's just go in order. That glitchy screen is actually just a difference in the frame rate of my camera and the frame rate of the LCD screen. Google it. It could save me a lot of time explaining it, and perhaps you might save a bit of face here. The rest of your comment is fair game though. So, using the cable that comes with it, we're going to get to that in a second, but first I would love to be schooled on how a USB cable could do something to a unit like this. USB cables have no power to impact the performance of a unit unless the cables are faulty. And if that is the case, it is exceedingly evident and none of those signs or symptoms were available here. But what a great point you have with why I didn't use the cable that came with it. For starters, it didn't come with the cable, thus preventing me from using the cable that came with it, Danita. Still though, wow. Okay, you know what? Let's lighten the mood. Banjo's here to do just that with his comment. Are you saying Gilbert Gottfried is painful to listen to? Take it back. Go watch Gilbert reading 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, now to be fair, I was referring to Gilbert's voice of Iago from Aladdin, but you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's do this.
And slowly he inserts his thumb inside me, rotating it around and around.
Oh dear God.
Stroking the front wall of my vagina.
Okay. Flush it out, flush it out. We're okay. And finally, a bit of a PSA for me. Now this one's from The Sweet Life of G-Bay, and they say, great video. How do you set up the rest of the parts needed for a mic to work? They just reached out to me via email and I'm interested in upgrading my content, but I've never used a mic before, so I have no idea. First off, The Sweet Life of G-Bay, thank you for your question. First of all, welcome to the channel. Now, you will need an audio interface that connects to your computer or phone or tablet and an XLR cable to go between the microphone and the interface. That's not the real issue here though. Now, I've gotten several comments like this one on my TechZone audio products video, and apparently there's a scam going around that uses my face. Now, if you're contacted by someone saying they are from TechZone, do not believe it. Reach out to the company themselves and confirm. Now, apparently people are losing money on this, so please be careful. I may actually take this video down just because of it. Anyways, be safe out there, kids. And if you want to ask me something or maybe even yell at me, drop it down below. You might find yourself in next week's video. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.